Most people think building software nowadays requires less specialists. Just one AI-powered unicorn can actually solve the coding, the design, the product management, and the shipping. But here's the truth. Yes, the lines are getting blurrier between the roles, but expertise will still matter. If you are building a mobile app, launching digital products, or working on your own software as a service startup, this video will help you understand why roles are shifting, what are the skills that you can actually blend between the responsibilities, and which are the expert roles to keep it for the long-term success. Let's break it down. In today's product teams, the old lines are becoming blurrier. Mobile developer, designer, QA, product, Scrum Master, so on and so on, are becoming way more flexible. And I consider that's not a bad thing. This actually accelerates iteration, collaboration, and shipping to the clients. But it also introduces a risk. If everybody does everything, that means that nobody does nothing. So let's see what is actually happening in 2025 and beyond with these teams. Mobile and front-end developers are doing more design work. You've probably done this as well. The design work is not yet ready, but you actually started coding. So you're building directly a few layouts in SwiftUI or React or Compose. And at some point, you will need to make some design decisions in order to be able to continue your work. Most probably you will use some already existing components to get inspiration from and apply those stylings, paddings, margins, animations from an older component. This is actually a good thing because you are not sitting and waiting until a design gets finished, but you already have, let's call it, a prototype working, and you can showcase it to the stakeholders. This doesn't mean we don't need designers. It only means that engineers can and will influence design decisions as well. With now AI in the play, this can actually be accelerated even more. This was already happening before, but now 10x is the output. Building a design system, working with the icons and with the copy and with the user experience, it will still stay at the designer's hand. Now let's flip the table. Designers are going to start writing more code. I've been working with designers who already started using AI tools to prototype and test the designs that they have created and validate them. This actually is a bigger bridge between design and real product behavior with prototyping, which might get closer, and we will end up having a prototype from a designer which is almost 80% ready to ship. This is impressive and useful, and this is where the expert comes into play, so it can finish that component or that part of the code and actually ship it to the users. This doesn't mean that a designer will actually code everything. They might get it work now or in a clean environment, but without engineering foundation, this would run into tech debts, security issues, and performance issues. We already talked about the two most important players in a software team, the designer and the engineer. But what about the product managers? The product manager needs to know everything about the product and how it will look like, how it will act, how it will perform, and what we are shipping and when we are shipping them. They are becoming hybrid. A product manager, with the help of the AI tools, can become a part-time designer, a part-time strategist, a part-time data analyst, a part-time scrum master, or even a part-time mini developer who will help the team to iterate faster and guide them more clearly. They need to understand basically everything from analytics to the data, to the user behavior, to the user reaction, to the feedback, to the requirements, the trade-offs that happened, the tech debt, the design decisions, and so on. So why not take advantage of AI and actually use the tool to understand it and take it to the next level? I consider it that in every single startup, this is a must. You need people who think across different disciplines and are able to orchestrate them together. A good product manager will know exactly when it's the time to step back, hand over the prototype or the ideas, and let an expert finish that work or actually execute it. QA is evolving as well. Modern quality assurance isn't about just finding bugs fast, but it's about ensuring the coverage and the stability of the platforms. Great testers today are writing automation codes, using AI to find new flows, collaborate closely with the engineers, and they actually understand the code as well until a level. I consider it nowadays it should be less topping through a checklist and more building tools and systems for quality for the long term. AI is making everything easier. Designers can use AI to generate working prototype codes. Devs can use AI to generate test coverage, AI flows to actually test the product itself, or help transforming an image into a layout. Product managers are writing and touching everything with it and getting a superpower out of it. And QAs are becoming more of a guardrails of the code base. The key is not to use AI randomly, but use it with the proper context, and the context should come from the experts. So here is where people get confused. Just because we can blur roles together and move faster doesn't mean we can do everything well alone. Think about it. You can create a minimum viable product with just the AI tools, from generating the design, asking ChatGPT for a product brief, and actually put it into Cursor to develop it. But when it comes to checking out the code quality, ensuring scalability, maintainability, performance, and crash-free user rate, and I should not talk about the marketing plan that needs to be in for launching the product, or actually the product roadmap, and so on, you will definitely need experts on your side. Let me give you a few roles that I consider are still relevant and they are not going away, but they will be changed. Software architects, who are not just writing code, but they are actually thinking in systems and they see the next steps already. They think in design patterns, they define the structure and make sure the software holds up after launching. The same goes into the design, so having a design system lead is critical. This person doesn't just make look things pretty and nicer, but they actually create cohesive, reusable, and scalable UI foundations which engineers will be able to use. The next role is QA automation engineer. Not just simple manual QA, but someone who builds the system that ensures that everything is stable and at the top quality. The next role is data and analytics expert. We cannot optimize the things that we don't measure. We need someone who drives the growth, connecting the tools and the dots together, and they are actually analyzing and understanding the user behavior. Of course, they should use AI to make it faster. And lastly, someone who is a DevOps or release manager and ensures that everything is running smoothly. From smooth CI/CD pipelines to monitoring and checking the crashes and the stability of the platform. AI might help you to touch these areas alone when you are a solo founder, but you definitely will need some expertise when it comes to scaling. So in summary, roles are definitely blurring, and I consider it a good thing. Startups can move faster, collaboration becomes seamless, and the AI tools are helping to find the gaps that we were not able to find it before. But if you want to build real, long-lasting digital software products, apps that are scaling, growing, and actually generating money, you still will need experts on the team. Because this is how everything will be balanced out correctly. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe to my channel, please. And let me know in the comment sections, what have you noticed in your own role that are getting blurrier and blurrier? And if you are a solo founder, a startup founder, or building teams, stay tuned because more content is coming for you. See you in the next one.